People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Now the first thing that is popping in the news, there's a saying in Jamaica that is called, whenever planting one D-E-A-D, it S-H-O-O-T-S. However, people, based on some news article, based on some stuff that I've heard on social media, specifically on YouTube, it seems as if these artists' name that I am going to mention is Defying Gravity. They are pulling off the impossible. Because based on what we've heard, these artists should be no less labeled like some sort of SERIALKILLERS. The amount of names, the amount of bodies, the amount of persons that they've been implicated to take away. Now people, I am speaking about Shabdan, I am speaking about Squash, G-City, G6. And to a lesser extent, I am also going to speak about, what's his name, JAHSHII first. Now people, I got a video the other day. In this video, JAHSHII was in the studio. And the title, the caption of the video said, JAHSHII get caught with tool in him waist in the studio. Now people, I am going to show you the video first of all. And I am going to tell you what is going on social media. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece. Now people, when we look at that video, and I zoomed up on his waist just for you to see what the persons or what the video caption was implicating or saying. So it said that JAHSHII was caught with tool in his waist. Now people, if you know the history of JAHSHII, he did an interview, Anthony Miller on TVJ or one of them, and since then he has been getting a backlash because he basically labeled the Popo, the whole system of justice, as corrupt. We've seen that he has been getting a beating. We see that almost every party that he went to was shut down. And this was during the Big C situation, so therefore justifiably so. However, we see that his name has been also mixed up in a whole lot of controversy and drama and passa. Now people, let's analyze this video. First thing first, JAHSHII was in the studio. First thing first, these artists, they are not going to have anybody in the studio that is not a part of their trusted friends, trusted crew, trusted link. So therefore, nobody is going to videotape unless, of course, them have a traitor in the crew. However, what these artists realize is that controversy and drama sells. So therefore, if him roll up some newspaper, roll a piece of pipe, wrap some cloth around it, put in him waist, and it looks like a tool, bloggers like myself are going to speak about it. And then the next song that he does, art is going to pique the interest of persons. So therefore, he is going to get more view. His name is going to be relevant. SEXL, controversy, drama, mix up, passa, sell. So therefore, he knows what his fan base like. They like mix up. He knows what is the cheapest promotional tool in a dancehall. Passa, mix up, controversy. So therefore, that is why he do stuff like that. That is why these artists from time to time put out all sorts of controversial video. So therefore, he is towing the line. And whenever he does this, it is also going to pique the interest of the Popo. Now people, there's a thing called the law of possibility and probability. And there's a thing more significantly called karma. Every day the bucket goes to the well, one day the bottom is going to drop out. And people, we have to ask the question, when is the bucket going to drop out for JAHSHII? If JAHSHII and his crew, his handler, his PR team, management team, don't fix up this situation very soon, the people that he is jeering, meaning the popo, meaning the opposition, they are going to come for him sooner or later. And we see said the other day, somebody take away one of his producer, Madsus. Take away his producer, Mother, sorry. So therefore, we know that trouble is lurking around the corner. And whenever trouble lurks, it is going to get you. Just like karma, it has no expiration date. Sooner or later, it will catch you, regardless of how lucky you think you are, how bad you think you are, how guarded you think you are, with any sort of gathering, guard up, guard up. So people, that is JAHSHII. The next person that I'm going to speak about is Shabdan. Now people, Shabdan must be one of the luckiest persons upon the face of Master God Earth. Shabdan must be one of the most feared person upon Master God Earth in Jamaica. Because we've seen so many stories on YouTube. Shabdan shot at this, Shabdan hitman, Shabdan top this, top that. We've seen a whole countless amount of stories. And people, this is a thing. The JCF Jamaica Constabulary Force, it has somebody that handles social media that is always surveying, looking, lurks in, just like the Jamaica Eye, to see who is misbehaving, who is being good, who is being bad. And people, whenever the time is appropriate, whenever they have the evidence, they are going to clamp down on these people. So people, let me ask you this. Are you telling me that Shabdan, a producer that has a fixed studio, is that bad that him people I take away so much and so much people? That means he must be well feared. That means the people, the opposition in which he is said to do this and do that too, them fear the living daylight out of him, because all of what he's doing, there is no sort of reprisal. And people, I am not saying that this person is a good person, but just I say, he is defying the rules of gravity, the rules of common sense, and most of all, he is taunting with the popo. Because we've heard the saying all along, music and badness don't mix. Because you have to have a studio where you record, as it pertains to artists. Them have to go perform on stage. So therefore, if the opposition wants them, the opposition know exactly where they are, because they're always posting stuff on social media. I am going to be in Westmoreland. I am going to be in Maypen at this specific date. And most of these are closers. So therefore, when them close the show, after the show, if the opposition really wanted them no spot to find them. However, people, there's also a saying that goes something like this. Don't know who for frighten. So therefore, the opposition, if you've put so much psychological fear in their head, one thing we know about these shatters, most of them are cowards. So therefore, if them feel like your arms up, your guard up, you have bucketive, you have your crew of top shatter, they are not going to take any chance, because while they want to take you out, the last thing that they want to do is to be taken out. So people, this could also be a possibility. I am just exploring the possibilities. So people, me just say, how do they manage to do this? How do they avoid being taken out? How do they avoid going to jail after all these allegations? Because people, when you look at the latest thing in which Shabdan was held in a car with a toll, him and the next man, the man take the time, the man take the charge, the man was found guilty or pled guilty, the man is getting 6 years for something that is not his. Now people, like me say, being a reasonable thinking person, nobody, me not care how bad them is, can tell me if you take no charge for something that I know mine. I do not fear anybody. I've never feared anybody. And people, remember, these people supposed to be gunmen. These people supposed to be gangster. So you're telling me Shabdan is that much badder, that more manipulative than anybody else, that somebody got actually go to jail for Shabdan? How much money is he paying him? What type of promises were made to this person that took the charge, took the rap, took the time? People, me just say, we notice that Jamaica have a whole lot of yes men. These are the men that you see can take some sort of order, run up in a people's house, take with the granny, take with the picnic, take with the baby palm breast, any and everybody. So therefore, it means that the minds of these persons are easily manipulated. So people, then again, like me say, it is possible. However, people, like I've always said, as it pertains to Shabdan, every day that the bucket goes to the well, one day the bottom is going to drop out. The law of possibility and probabilities, and even worse, karma. Sooner or later it is going to get to you. Sooner or later people are going to get fed up, meaning your opposition, meaning the popo. Because people, there is one thing that I know specifically. You cannot beat the system. You might buck the system for a while. However, sooner or later they are going to have the last laugh. When is this last laugh going to be? And people, I am not wishing that on any man, but me just I say, it is almost defying gravity. The things that these persons are implicated of doing and still can't get taken out, still can't get locked up. No matter what happens, them always seems to find a way. So people, are they guarded up? Or are they just lucky than everybody else? But people, I always hear a thing when I grow up. Lucky they are prison. Lucky being in prison. Lucky is always going to end up in a prison sooner or later. The next person, Squash, G6, G-Man in brother. Now people, none of these persons, Shabdan or Squash, are no innocent choir boy. So therefore, don't get it twisted, because I know some people telling all sorts of things for coming at people comment section and type and get down a little sissified feelings. So therefore, don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is very clear. Back to Squash. Squash family, the whole family have a reputation of being gang members, scammer, whatever you want to call it. However, the saying again, badness and music don't mix. Obviously, we see that that is a myth. Obviously, we see that Squash is also one of those persons that is defying the odds, defying gravity. Because how does he manage to do it? His brother's name, G6, G-City, their name has been calling up on a whole bunch of things. There's no doubt that there's oppositions out there that they've been going back and forth at it. This one lose one, that one lose one, tit for tat and eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. So therefore, I am not saying that it does not exist, but me just a wonder, when is the time? How long, how lucky can they be? How is it that karma is giving them so much time? How is it that karma is so patient with them? While other persons, when them do anything, one or two things, is either the opposition are come for them or the popo are come for them. But people, like me say, karma is very patient. Karma has no expiration date. The law of possibility and probability, it is always going to catch up to you. Whether you have a long run or a short run, like them say, long run, short catch. And I am not wishing that on anybody. However, people, if you live by the G-U-N and you D-I-E by the G-U-N, you should not be surprised. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like I say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.